All right, you might be watching this video because you are new to LipSense, or you just ordered some, or you may be having troubles applying your LipSense or having it stay on. So this video is hopefully going to help you with just some application tips to make sure that you're going to get the longest lasting wear from your product. So LipSense is not a wax-based product like most lipsticks are. So it actually works to heal your lips. The vitamin E and the shea butter that's in the lip gloss penetrates through the color because it doesn't have wax, so it can actually get through it. And it heals your lips from the inside out, so you'll actually have healthier lips by the time you've kind of been using this a little bit. Anyway, so just to kind of jump right into the application, a few things to think about when you're getting started. You want to make sure you start with clean, dry lips, and that includes drying the wet line of your lips. So I don't have any product on my lips right now, so I'm going to show you how to apply this. Another little tip, when you're applying, you want to make sure you keep your lips kind of tight so that you don't have all the creases, so that the color doesn't get trapped, so that way you can make sure you have a good, smooth, even application. And you also want to make sure that you don't touch your lips together while you're applying. So you don't want to rub your lips together or, you know, just have your lips touching at all, because it can actually pull the color from the top or bottom lip. Because when you apply this, you want to think of the wand like a dry erase marker. So when you apply your LipSense, if you go back over it, because you're going to do it all in single swipes, so if you go back over it while it's still wet, then you're actually going to remove color the way a dry erase marker would. So you want to do single coats. You want to make sure that it's nice and dry before you do your next coat. And yeah, just keep your lips apart, even though you're going to look really goofy. So get ready to watch me looking all goofy. But you just want to make sure that you, keep them separated while you're applying your lip color. So I haven't decided yet which color I'm going to wear. Maybe I will do Heartbreaker, I think, because I don't really have a good picture of me wearing this one, so people haven't really been able to see it. So I'm gonna wear Heartbreaker. So the first thing you want to do is, you know, besides having clean lips, is you want to make sure that you shake your color up well, because it has an alcohol in it that may tingle your lips when you apply it, but that's just because it's cleaning your lips, killing any bacteria, and helping break down wax buildup. So you want to make sure that you mix it so that the alcohol gets mixed with the color well. Anyway, and then another thing, so like most lip glosses, when you apply them, you would typically want it to be wet, kind of like that. But with LipSense, you actually want to clean the brush off, because if you do thick layers, it's kind of like putting on thick nail polish, it peels off quicker. So you want to make sure that you're doing nice thin coats. Nice thin even coats, and yeah, it'll just help it stay on better, and it'll help it so it doesn't go on as streaky, especially with matte colors. Colors like Apple Cider and First Love and Bravo, those are three colors that I have had a little bit of trouble with when I first started using them, just because I didn't really know that you were supposed to wipe off the brush. So they tended to be a little bit streaky or go on kind of cakey, but if you really clean off your brush good, especially with matte colors, you'll just find that you get a lot more even distribution of color. Okay, so I'm gonna just go ahead and start applying. Hope you can kind of see this while I do it. And you can start at one corner and go to the other, or you can, you know, sometimes I'll do that. Sometimes I start at one corner and kind of go to the middle, and the other corner and go to the middle, just because I don't do it very symmetrical when I do swipes all the way across. So anyway, so who knows, I might be doing it different for each coat. I don't really think about it while I do it, so yeah, just bear with me. Here we go. And then I'm going to do the inside. Kind of missed the middle there, but I'm going to let it dry, and then I'm going to go fix it. So, okay, dry off that one. Okay, there's my first coat. So your first coat may not be super dark depending on the color, especially for light neutral colors. But that's what the layering is for. So here we go. A little more. Okay. That's too much on that brush. Let it dry, and you really only need like, I don't know, 10 or 15 seconds to let it dry between coats. A little longer for matte, about 30 seconds. You can feel my lips sticking when I talk. This is a fun color. Looks different than the first time I wore it. Okay. There's a third one on the bottom. I love the different faces people make while they put on lipstick. Kind of did the inside at the same time there. Oh, that's dry. Let's get a little more. Oh, yeah, I went over all, it's wet, and now I have a little bald spot. Ah! This is more like a what not to do. No, it'll be good. Gonna let it dry and then I'm gonna touch that up. I need music. Okay, just gonna dab. There we go. All right, let it dry real good. Okay, pretty good. I know the top's still gonna be a little bit wet, so I'll just leave the gloss on the bottom first. Oh yeah, it's dry. Good, good. So the gloss you can just go back and forth because the color is set. And I like to put tons of gloss on when I first put the lip color on, just to really let it like soak in. And then throughout the day I just do like quick little coats. But that way I'm super moisturized. Just kidding. Anyway, but what's I gonna say? Oh yeah, so a lot of people really like matte, and I personally kind of prefer a matte look. But I will say one thing that is nice about this, which actually first let me point this out, that my gloss, there is nothing on the wand. The color does not transfer at all. That's amazing. So your gloss wand, if you're making sure that you wait till it's dry, will always be white, which is awesome. Anyway, but I was just gonna say that when you apply your gloss, the gloss is actually what seals in the color and helps it stay. Like the color, I mean the color itself does last pretty good, but it breaks down quickly with your saliva and with any like exterior factors, foods and all that stuff. The gloss acts as a layer of protection and a layer of moisture, because the moisture is what keeps it from breaking down and flaking off. If you want a more matte look, which I will say I was, when I first got this, I was like, I just want matte, I don't want glossy, but everyone was like, get this, because this one will give you the most moisture. This is glossy gloss. This will give you the most moisture, so it's going to make it so your product lasts the longest, which is what we're all aiming for. But especially when you first start using this, it's really important to start with the glossy gloss, because it's just a good, just kind of helps you get to know how the product works and helps prep your lips so that when you want to start wearing matte, you can have a little more long-lasting color. If you do not like matte, which this isn't, or sorry, if you do not like gloss, this is not a sticky gloss, I will say. Actually, it's just very creamy, because that's one thing I hate about gloss, is I hate sticky glosses. But this is super creamy, so it's really nice. But if you do not like a glossy look, one thing that a lot of people will do is they'll put it on, let it sit for, I don't know, 5 minutes or so, and then they actually blot it off. That way they're still getting the moisture and hydration, but they're not getting the glossy look. They can kind of dab it off. But I find, like, I'll put on tons, as you just saw, tons. And then I let it soak in, and then it looks matte for hours. And then, you know, I'll put on a little bit more, but a very thin coat, not anything like I just did. And it gets me through my whole day, and it's not super glossy. But otherwise, you can also like rub your finger over your gloss, and it will kind of matte it down a little bit, just kind of make it not quite as shiny. It just makes it a little more dull. So that's another great option if you really want matte. And of course we do have matte gloss, but this is going to make your color last the longest. So it's definitely what I would recommend. Anyway, so yeah, again, just to kind of run through that, start with clean, dry lips. Don't touch your lips together while you're applying your color. Do lots of this and less talking, because my talking made my lips stick. Keep your lips tight when you apply the color. Do single swipes, so whether that's, you know, coming from the sides or going all the way across or whatever, just don't go back over the color while it's wet. Let it completely dry before you go over it. And yeah, let it dry between coats. Do 3 coats and then do lots of gloss, and your color should last. If you have any questions, or if you're, you know, having problems applying it or with your color lasting, let me know. You know, you can message me in the comments. You can, you know, let me know on my Facebook group or Instagram or whatever. Just get in touch with me, and I'd be happy to give you some tips and tricks and kind of help you figure out what's going on. But that should help you last. This will honestly this will last at least 12 hours for me, probably closer to about 18 hours, but it will last so long. So just, it takes some practice, takes some getting used to, but let me know if you have any questions, and I hope you like it.